Hi everyone, and welcome to the Biotech Lab Math series. In this video, we'll learn a little bit about the science of measuring called metrology. We'll learn a little bit about why the metric system is such a great system for measuring. Okay, let's talk about metrology. We humans, we like to measure stuff. We want to know how much we have, how big it is, and how far away it is. To do this, we first used parts of our body, or things we found in nature. It used to be that an inch was defined as the length of 3 kernels of barley laid end to end. We still used the measurement of a foot that was based off of the length of someone's foot. The yard was the length from the tip of your nose to your outstretched hand. A cubit was the length from your elbow to your fingertips. The problem with these forms of measurement was that they weren't consistent. To ensure consistency, they began basing this measurement off just one person, usually like the king or somebody in power. The problem was that this person was too busy to go around measuring stuff with their bodies, and also this measurement would change the next time somebody else came into power. So we began to make objects that were standards for a particular measurement. We called these objects prototypes. We had a hunk of metal that people decided was the length of an official yard. We had these for length and weight. The problem was that there could be only one standard. Because if you had more than one standard and they differed, how do you know which one was the right one? But having only one meant that whoever controlled that prototype had a lot of power. And if you needed to verify the accuracy of a measurement, you had to ultimately go to wherever that prototype was stored. Also, some systems of measurement are difficult to use. In order to run calculations, you need to multiply and divide by numbers that were difficult to do in your head. Let's take weight, for example. Let's say you have something that's 4.5 pounds. Now, you want to see how many ounces that is. You have to multiply 4.5 by 16. I don't know about you, but I can't do that in my head. Here's another example. In the old British system of money, they had the pound. Think of that as the equivalent of a dollar. Now, there are 20 shillings in a pound and 12 pence in a shilling. If you went and bought something that was 3 shillings and 6 pence and you paid for it with a pound coin, how much change would you expect back? Pause the video here and try and figure it out. Did you figure it out? You would get back 16 shillings and 12 pence. I don't know about you, but that kind of math is pretty difficult to do in my head. Now, instead, let's use dollars and cents. If you used a $10 bill to buy something that was $3.60, how much change would you expect back? Well, $6.40. Way easier, right? These were the problems that led to the creation of the metric system. The reason the metric system is the best for measuring is that it's universal and decimal. So what does it mean to be universal? It means that we've defined standards of measurement based off of nature. Anyone can build their own machine and verify their own measurements. That means nature is your prototype. Nature is your standard. Nobody owns it, and if you build your own machine, you can independently verify any measurement. For example, a meter is defined as the distance light travels in a vacuum in 1/299,762,458th of a second. Since the speed of light is constant anywhere in the universe, that means a meter is the same no matter where you are. This isn't a definition that's useful on a day-to-day basis, but every country can have their own machine to verify the length of a meter and not have to rely on another country. The second reason the metric system is great is that it's decimal. Its units get bigger and smaller by factors of 10. Multiplying and dividing by factors of 10 is super easy. You just move the decimal point around or add zeros. So, how many dimes are in $5? 50. Super easy. How many dollars are in 212 pennies? $2.12. Easy. The main superpowers of the metric system is that it's universal and decimal. But one more thing makes the metric system great. It's popular. No matter how great your system is, if no one else uses it, it's not very useful. So, the metric system is the official measurement system in every country in the world except 3. Liberia, Myanmar, and of course, the United States. Okay, that's a quick look at the science of measurement and why the metric system is awesome. Next time, we'll start to use the metric system and convert metric units. I'll see you all in the next video.